Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. May peace be upon us all. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, and greetings of virtue to all of us. I, Raihana Sakha Aqila from English Department, Diponegoro University, would like to start my speech with a saying of a former Indonesian presidential candidate for 2024, who once said, "The way of thinking that says the great wealth of a nation is oil, gas, or mines is actually a way of thinking of a colonizer. The actual great wealth of a nation is its people. But what if the people are being treated badly by the government? What if the people are being treated horribly by the society, by the people, by the system in that nation? Wouldn't that create chaos? Wouldn't that make such problems, such as poverty, such as social inequalities? How many of you have seen real life poverty right in front of your eyes? How many of you have witnessed or even experienced social inequalities? Because inequality involves not only about income or wealth, but also it is about inconsistency in getting the same access, the same status, the same opportunities. And poverty is one of the 1,000 aftermaths of inequality. Unequal societies are found to be more vulnerable to poverty. And we, as Indonesians, as a nation who has a messed up government, cannot step back from the fact that these two things, poverty and social inequality, have taken over the majority of Indonesians' life. For the past 2 decades, the richest and the rest of Indonesia has grown faster, even faster than any other countries in Southeast Asia. So what does that mean? The rich gets richer and the poor gets poorer. So what are the possible causes? What is the root of the problem? First, employment. Unemployment or having a poor job quality can limit people from having a stable and decent job, as this can also limit them from having social network, because the most common problem that is often found in society in Indonesia is that this company often open a requirement with high, even almost perfect qualifications for each candidate to be fulfilled. That also comes with a low rate acceptance. And before that, this whole high, almost perfect qualifications are hard to be fulfilled because it is connected to the second factor, low education. In Indonesia, it is still found so many untouched rural areas that are sadly still low on educations. And those people who live in low education area are often still struggle to find a stable job because they get low education in the first place. Why would they expect to get any higher in the future in job? This makes it harder. And this also, the second factor also prevents people from participating fully in the society, from having, again, decent job to get a stable income. So the third factor, and the most important of all, is gender. Women, yes, you heard me right, women. We are generally at higher risk, at higher rate of poverty than men, because we are less likely to be in paid working environment. We tend to have lower pensions. We tend to be put in more unpaid caring responsibilities, and even if we work, we get paid less. We get less paid for doing literally the same jobs as men, Ironic, isn't it? And even if there are still so many external factors that can lead into poverty and inequality, the three mentioned ones are enough to make us wonder, so how do we stop it? How can we make it stop? Obviously we cannot, because it's almost like it's not a one night problem. It's impossible to solve it in one night. So we prevent it. We prevent and we reduce. Because according to the UN, economic growth itself does not necessarily solve poverty. So employment can be a key to a production of more income to the society. Indonesia itself has contributed in implementing poverty alleviation measures through various programs. For example, it's like improving the socio-economic of the well-being of the poor, or threatening social and economic communities, and also accelerating the development of a disadvantaged area or society. So, in short, these two things, poverty and social inequality, are still often to be found as a major issues in Indonesia. So we, as the upcoming generation, has to work harder to be put in a more stable place, to help others to be in a stable place. So let's gather together. So let's gather to work harder to make it better. I, Raihana Sakha Aqila, would like to close my speech. Thank you for listening.